Hello everyone, this is Professor Hill, and this is another short video for our class, Introduction to Ethics, Philosophy 2306, here at St. Philip's College. This is the online version for the spring 2018 semester, and today is Friday, April the 6th, and yes, all coming to a close within a month now, so this is week 11. We've only have a few more assignments and a final exam, so we're getting close to the end now. And one of the things we've been doing is looking at international humanitarian law as a way to compare and contrast our moral codes and moral theories with these legal ones, and to look at the difference between what makes something legal or illegal versus what makes something morally acceptable or unacceptable. And we were looking at this week's case study, which is about a 12-year-old boy who becomes a child soldier. Now, I intentionally picked a case where there are initially very positive consequences that come from the decision of this young boy to lie his way into the military and to serve aboard a ship where he is actually thrown. He signs up at 12. He's actually on a ship in combat at 13 when he acts very bravely and heroically, helps save other sailors, and is given the Purple Heart. He's awarded other medals for gallantry. But also his injuries from the incident, from the battle, is what ultimately exposes his age, and they contact his family, and the mother's like, oh my God, and he's only 13 years old, what are you people doing? And it turns out once it's uncovered that he's so young, he is kicked out of the military, stripped of his medals. It's really bad. Now again, as I mentioned before, he has these things reinstated. Later in life, he fights to have them reinstated, and they are. And he's finally ultimately given an honorable discharge, and he's ultimately given back every medal, including the Purple Heart. But the question becomes, is this, apart from being not legal, because what he did was clearly illegal, which is why they kicked him out, is it okay? Is it okay to lie under certain circumstances? And in this case, is it okay to lie to become a soldier? And again, as I mentioned before, I have lots of students in the classes who signed up at 17 and were technically child soldiers, and they just don't think of themselves that way, and they don't think that's necessarily as bad as something I did. It's okay. But that's part of the reason we wanted to look at this actual case study is somebody who did it so young. This is not somebody who was 16 or 15 or 14, right? This was a 12-year-old boy when he signed up. And if there's anybody on the fence about this concept, I also posted today 2 more videos that I added to the playlist. And one is an interview with a couple of current modern-day child soldiers. As I mentioned in the video, today there are thousands and thousands of child soldiers. Most of them pressed into combat in the most horrific of situations. Many of them are orphans. Many of them are coerced into forced servitude and military service as part of a larger picture of their basically slavery. But it's a harrowing picture. You see why we have international treaties and multilateral efforts to try to prevent this from happening. And you really see the underside of it. In fact, you'll see in there, in the one video from the ICRC, it's called I Don't Want to Go Back. It's an interview with child soldiers. There is one of the commanders of this whole army of child soldiers, and he's talking about how proud he is of them and how they don't have any fear. They do whatever he tells them to do. Boy, there is a special place for that guy. Colonel Mother Blessing. You'll get introduced to him in that short video. And Lord, it's a horrible thing to hear their stories. But we need to be aware that this is happening. These are real. This is not some made-up, academic exercise. These are actual children fighting these problems. And again, the concerted best efforts of our international organizations are these treaties and these efforts to create and sustain agencies and organizations that have enforcement power and can actually go out and disrupt these networks and rescue child soldiers and try to place them into care and foster home and to help address all the problems that they have as a result of these experiences. So it's a deadly serious issue. And like I said, if you're on the fence, there's going to be distinctions to be made, no doubt, about different ages, different countries, and certain situations and circumstances. But boy, let me tell you, watch that video from the ICRC about I don't want to go home, and hear firsthand from some child soldiers about what their daily life and experiences are like. It's powerful. It's moving. And it's also, in addition to being kind of emotionally persuasive, it also makes a powerful argument. This is a very real problem that we need to address. So I hope those things also, you'll take those into consideration when you're writing your contributions, your essays for this week's case study. And again, some interchange and interplay of ideas between students. Remember, you got to make your contribution and comment on at least 2 of your classmates' contributions. Some are up already, so go ahead and get yours posted, make some comments. I'll try to get in there well, take a look at them, and I look forward to the discussion. Take care. Talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.